Game night and oh what a night it is going to be. Hatid namin sa inyo dalawang laro. Buhat po dito sa SGS Stadium. Patuloy ang ating Bounty Fresh GABL 2025. Benji Santiago kasama ko rito si Dino Lee. At yun, para hindi naman kayo masyadong maumay. Check out naman kung ano yung hatid namin sa inyo rito. Dahil dalawang games tayo, Dino. Ano yung mga yun?
Yes, first game natin will be Decimal Bikes going up against Rox Motors. And for our second and last game, it will be Chang Spa versus 3MD Logistics.
Yan, kita nyo na, di ba? So welcome to another exciting night of basketball na hatid nga natin dito sa inyong lahat. Well, of course, tingnan muna natin dahil yung unang game natin, Rox Motors laban sa Decimal Bikes. Eh, kung ikaw ang tatanungin ko, alam ko, yamado na sa'yo Rox Motors.
Oo. If we look at the standings by itself, Rox Motors is one of the two undefeated teams dito sa BYD VALENZUELA Cup. Now, on the opposite side of things, itong Decimal Bikes is the only team without a victory. So, they're looking to bounce back, but can they bounce back? That's the big question that I have for this team, Decimal Bikes. Now, for Rox Motors, I think they're looking to impose their dominance and stay unbeaten in this tournament.
Well, alam mo naman sa basketball, ano, meron tayong term kung minsan na binabanggit natin, yung upset at saka, you know, spoiler and everything. Well, Decimal Bikes, kung talagang tutusin, hindi pwedeng, sabi nga nila, wala namang forever eh. Hindi pwedeng nandun ka lang sa ilalim forever. And let's see, this could be a big night for them too.
Magiging mahirap for them. Panakausap ko kanina si Kurt Ong, he didn't play last game because he was out of the country, kakabalik lang niya. Siya mismo nagsabi, kompleto sila, yung score nila kompleto, pero ang problema, ang lakas nung kalaban. Siya mismo nagsabi. But obviously, they're here to compete. They're here to, you know, maybe be spoilers in this tournament. But kumbaga sa akin, I'm expecting that they're gonna play basketball. Hindi naman yan basta ibibigay lang sa Rox Motors yung panalo. But obviously, advantage talaga ang Rox Motors given the depth of their talent. And like I said, this is the team to beat in this tournament.
Every team naman we're expecting to really go all out, ano? At kuminsan, yun pa nga yung mga nandun sa ilalim, yung mga gusto pang tumikim ng kanilang unang panalo. Kuminsan, they're not even looking at the scoreboard anymore. All they're after is a great execution of the plays that they could come up with in every game, yung mga remaining games pa nila, habang nandito pa lang tayo. At kompleto pa sila na nagbabakbakan in both groups.
Oh, may exciting tong laban na to. This is gonna be the first of two meetings between these two teams. And we will see what kind of team Decimal Bikes will show up tonight. Rox Motors, we know that they can play at a high level every single game.
At saka yun nga, no, kung talagang tutusin, halos sunod-sunod every game day, parang ganun sila kung maglaro, yung schedule nila, no? Well, we will see, di ba? It's also a test of endurance and strength for all of the teams competing para rito sa ating BYD Valenzuela Cup tayo rito eh, di ba? 34 and below ito eh, di ba? Tutuusin natin. So, we'll see how it's going to happen between these two teams. So, just standing by for the venue announcer to give us a signal para ma-introduce na yung ating mga starters. Rox Motors, laban nga rito sa Decimal Bikes. So, if everything is all set and ready, we'll turn you over sa ating venue announcer. Yes, go Darwin! Out when we come back.
Reunion Graham Bar?
Easy and with
Employees and Graham's Groceries.
May bago? Uy, akin yan! Wow! Tamis alat! Lutong lambot! Mas nagpapasarap! Las pita! Wow, sa tamis alat sarap. Mas pinasarap pa, Vita.
Mahalaga, basta't kasama kita. Saan man mapunta, may bounty friend. My bounty friend.
Reunion Graham Bar?
Easy and with
And Poison Graham's Quality Treats.
May bago? Uy, akin yan! Wow! Tamis alat! Lutong lambot! Mas nagpapasarap! Las Pita! Wow! Sa tamis alat sarap! Mas pinasarap pa, Pita!
Mahalaga.
It's raised on live basketball league BYD VALENZUELA Cup 34 below. Our first game is Decimal versus Rocks Motor. Let's meet the starters first, beginning with the Decimal. Number 20, Leonard Cole. Number 5, Paul To. Number 19, King Histan. Number 1, Kurt Ong. And number 11, Kevin Lau. And now the starting five for your Rocks Motors. At number 1, Timothy Ong. Number 8, Mark Chua. Number 23, Lance T. Number 24, Stephen Palyada. And number 33, Matthew Ong. Rocks Motor head coach is Reiko.
And so it has been called out already. Ito ang ating mga starters for both teams. Kevin Lau para sa Decimal and Kurt Ong is back. Rocks Motors naman, of course, they're going to be having these five of these guys. Timothy Ong and Mark Kevin Chua, Lance Irving D, Steven Tyron Balyada and Matthew Bryce-Ong who will start for them. I can remember in the previous game, si Genghis-san, pagpasok, 2-3 ka agad yan.
Oo. Lalong kailanganin nila dahil kalaban nila ang Rocks Motors. Wala si LA Chua ngayon. I was informed he is sick. That's why he won't be able to play in this game. Yung best player of the game nung Rocks Motors.
That's right,
in their
that's
last
right.
game.
Well, anyways, tingnan nga natin dahil it's actually nangangailangan ng panalo rito. Ito naman Decimal Bikes. So unbeaten so far. In the previous games naman, itong panig ng Rocks Motors. So how are you all doing? The Grace alumni community. You truly have a very, very exciting way to rekindle your relationship, your connection, the bonds that you can still develop while we hold this GABL 2025. And Matthew Ong just gave us the first score para sa ball game na ito. Rocks Motors breaking the ice right away here in the early moments ng ating first quarter.
Oo, scoring in the paint, that's one of their strengths as a team. And sabi din sa akin ni Lance, that's the look that they're gonna look for every single game. Yung ilalim.
In the meantime, hindi lang makompleto. Fast break offense. Enrico with a pass inside and it will still stay para sa Rocks Motors.
Sa first two games nila, first game they had 54 points in the paint. Second game they had 44 points in the paint itong Rocks Motors. So ngayon dun talaga sila lumalamang talaga sa kalaban sa laki nila.
Kala ko nga on cue na sana si Tenrico pero unable to score underneath. And that's the first basket. Para naman dito sa panig ng Decimal Bikes. Kurt Ong just signaling to everyone, making it known, he's back. Siya yung nagpunta ng Fiji, di ba?
Hindi,
Ay,
iba pa yun.
Hindi pa pala yun.
Hindi ko na natanong kung saan bansa pero nagbakasyon daw siya.
Okay. Well, we sure can use a break, Ika nga. Sometimes, alam mo naman, ang buhay ngayon, sometimes it could be hectic. And we could all use a break. In the meantime, dalawa. Kasunod na baskets ka agad. Sabi ko na nga, ito si Genghis-tan. He's got a way of making his presence felt right away in a ball game.
Saka ngayon kasi sa sobrang convenience ng travel,
I know.
ang daming bumabiyahe na ngayon unlike before.
Tsaka, ayun nga, marami na kasing sights to see outside of the country.
Yes.
And lalo na kung medyo nai-stress kayo sa mga news and everything. Buti na yung makalimutan muna. In the meantime, a steal. Mark Chua comes up with a basket.
Naka-arrow yung press nitong Rocks Motors. They might look to press for the most part of this game, knowing wala din ganun ka solid na ball handler itong Decimal Bikes.
Oo nga, yun pa isa no? Well, they may as well have to make do with what they can come up with. So far, this is still a close ball game. 8-4 in favor of our Rocks Motors and Mark Chua, who just had a basket earlier. Can't get the first free throw. Yes, Dino. Sige lang.
He's back as well kasi wala rin siya nung absent din siya nung game nila nung Sunday. So missing those two free throws.
They're still up by 4. Decimal Bikes. Coach Rego on your screens right now, looking on. Diba, yung pinag-usapan natin in their previous game. Ang laki na nun lamang nila ng first half. Nung second half, nakagawa ng paraan yung kalaban, bumabalik. And that's why, bihira pa rin natin makita ng umiti si Coach Rego.
Oo. Kahit nga 20 plus yung lamang nila, he still wasn't satisfied with how his team was playing. And at the same time, sinabi rin nila they tried to experiment on certain things during the game against Chusarap. Yun lang, medyo nahirapan sila when they went man-to-man.
So Lance D coming up with a basket. 11-4 tayo ngayon. Up 7 ang Rocks Motors. Decimal Bikes have to make the necessary adjustment right away. Mahirap maiwanan. Oh my goodness, what a floater right there for Mark Chua.
10 na yung points in the paint nitong Rox Motors.
Having their way, eh.
Oh, having their way.
Ayan, oh.
Pang 12 na yan. Out of their 15.
Scoring at will, especially inside. Walang naisagot dito ang panig ng Decimal Bikes. Something has got to happen with their outside shots. Exactly what they need. So Leonard Go burying a three-pointer and maybe it could really spark something para rito sa panig ng Decimal Bikes. Still trailing here in this ball game pero wag namang maiwanan ng gusto. Choose up, timeout tayo. And once again, it's all happening right here. As always, dito pa rin sa SGS Stadium sa Quezon City. Rox Motors is up by 8. 12 of those points inside the paint. And for Decimal Bikes, they need something to happen for them, especially with their outside shots. Buti naman nag-respond kanina si Leonard Ko. As we take a look right now, the half-court offense. We're still here in the first period. A three, that's a miss. Meron na silang tig-isa eh.
Mas okay ako, kung ako si Decimal, mas okay ako tumitira sa labas itong Rox Motors. So far, they've only scored 3 points from the outside, courtesy of Lance D. And especially if you want to compete against this team or win against this team, kailangan mo talaga i-take away yung strength nila, which is yung inside scoring nila.
One of the heavy favorites, yun. And those kind of hustle play na kinakailangan para rito sa panig ng Decimal Bikes.
That's good kasi you're getting a stop and then you're converting easy 2 points. That's what you want if you're Decimal Bikes. But so far, they've given up 15 over 5, below 5 minutes. So at this rate, mukhang aabot ng 30 ba ang Rox Motors? Just like their last game against Chu Sarap na 30 plus yung score nila.
Could not execute in transition that time on Decimal Bikes. But they got those quick hands somehow. Kakadalawang steals na nga sila. Wala pa para rito sa panig ng Rox Motors.
Well, for them to have a chance, I do believe Kevin Lau and Kurt Ong has to put up monster numbers. And complemented by a good supporting cast in this game. So, kailangan nila talaga yan.
A banking shot right there by Austin Koa. And they're back up 8 once again. 4.5 to play here in the first period. I don't know kung pwedeng gang rebounding ba, pero parang hindi ganun kadali din eh para sa Decimal Bikes.
Oo.
What I'm looking for is for Kevin now to make some numbers here in the first period.
Oh, in the last game, he only played 18 minutes and produced 2.6 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals. So, medyo, that was surprising to me kasi he, in my personal opinion, he's their best player. So, I would think that he should be getting most of the minutes. At the very least, 30.
How is that again? You were explaining na all players, they're supposed to be playing...
Yes.
Diba?
Required. Lahat ng present na players mo, they have to play 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Yun.
Bare minimum for the whole game.
Now the lead is in double figures. And then the steal. Rexton, is he going to go all the way? Changes direction. Might as well set up the half court. They were going for the 3.
Ang dami na ring offensive rebounds sa
Yun lang.
Rocks Motors. One of their strengths as well.
Rextan. And that's his first basket.
Mukhang he pulled the hamstring there. Kasi
Oo nga.
nagpapasab eh.
In the meantime, taking advantage kung si Rextan ay medyo iika-ika. And that's the second three-pointer knocked down here by Decimal Bikes. 21-12. Choose it up. Timeout.
Mahalaga, basta't kasama kita. Saan man mapunta, may bounty friend. My bounty friend.
May bago? Uy, akin yan! Wow! Tamis alat!
Lutong lambot, mas nagpapasarap.
Last pita!
Wow, sa tamis alat sarap. Mas pinasarap pa, pita.
Welcome back. 21-12 being enjoyed here by Rocks Motors. Nasa first period tayo, 3 minutes and 10. Earlier, medyo pampabuhay pa rin sa offense ng Decimal Bikes as they made a three-pointer.
Not a bad of a start
Yeah.
on the offensive end. Ang problema is they need to make stops. Kasi ngayon, 21 points na itong Rocks Motors. Baka umabot pa nga ng 30 eh.
Well, tingnan muna natin dahil may turnover muna ng Rocks Motors dito.
Kaya siguro kanina, may fast break, may atake na dun si Rex. Kaya niya siguro pinullback. Maybe he pulled. Oo, kasi sinub out siya ngayon. Kakapasok lang din niya kanina lang. Sinub out siya. Maybe he pulled the hamstring. Based on how he reacted from what I saw.
A foul to break up that fast break para rito sa panig ng Rocks Motors. Cholo Claver.
So far, first 3 games, Rocks Motors is having their way, scoring in the paint. Ayun, rare stop there from the part of Decimal Bikes.
Nice move, Lanstan. That's his 4th point already para rito sa Decimal Bikes.
Kailangan mag-tighten up yung interior defense ng Decimal Bikes. Give up those perimeter shots.
Yun lang, Brenson go, lalo na at close range. It's not really going to be easy to stop him. He's a big fellow para rito sa Rocks Motors. Here's a post move. Kevin Lau with a jump hook, falling short. 2 minutes dito sa ating first period. 23-14 para sa Rocks Motors. Floater. That's a miss.
Oh, great pass.
Uy! Masyadong malalim.
Oo, masyadong loob na.
At saka yun nga eh. Let's just go back to that. Yung sabi natin kailangan nila ng legit na point guard. It could have been faster yung execution na yun eh.
Oo. Well,
Cholo
maybe it
Claver.
can be
Yep.
Cholo Claver, yung point guard nila na.
We'll see. He came off the bench. Brenson go.
Nice
The
pass.
no look. Austin Koa with 6 points in the ball game here in the first period.
Until teams figure out how to stop yung scoring ng Rocks Motor sa ilalim, medyo mahirap talaga manalo dito sa team na to. What a hustle by Sean Aguilar!
Kaso hindi pumasok. Anyway,
Rebound naman eh.
betrayal job.
Oo. Kala ko outside na yun eh. But great hustle. That's been the game of Sean Aguilar ever since high school, I guess.
Constantly on the move, even last year eh.
Oo.
Napapansin ko na rin yan eh.
Parang hindi siya 32 years old eh.
How about this BYD Valenzuela fast break of the game and a nice finish para sa Decimal Bikes. And wishing and hoping that they could come up with some of those fast breaks.
baka hindi na bumalik si Rex kasi hamstring yan eh. And usually hamstrings, it's kind of a tricky injury. You might need to rest it for a couple of weeks.
Naku, yun lang nga.
Oo.
No? First quarter
Hopefully
pa lang
nothing serious.
Hesitation to take it from the outside, going cross court. Oh, wow, what a drive right there. And Sean Baliada getting his first basket. Napawaw tayo dun sa move niya na yun.
Like I said, nung first game nila, siya ata rin yung sumay-step eh. Sabi ko, meron pala siyang, what a nice drive. Strong drive from Sean Baliada.
Missed by Cholo Claver, trying to have the final say before the first quarter ended. But somehow, the points in the paint, of course, talagang dyan nagpupunyagi itong panig ng Rocks Motors as they have this 15-point advantage here. Timothy Ong with the move right there. Ito pa rin, talagang they could not be easily stopped in transition. Ito sana yung panlaban ng Decimal Bikes, yung kanilang mga three-pointers. But how long can you really have those kind of accuracy from the outside for Decimal Bikes? And oh well, 29-14 at the end of the first period of this ball game.
I don't go for bare minimum, be it for myself, my career, or my car.
Coming from the States, we have very high standards, and Hamco has not only met my expectations, but their staff has been more than accommodating.
Kaya naman sa NAMCO talaga, napanatag ang loob ko.
Sure win ako with NAMCO.
Detoy ni Ed Dakiwag, proudly Ilocano. Detoy Tinamco. Detoy Timapagtalkan. Also, proudly Ilocano.
May bago? Uy, akin yan! Wow! Tamis alat!
Lutong lambot, mas nagpapasarap!
Last pita!
Wow, sa tamis alat sarap. Mas pinasarap pa, pita.
And we're just about to start with the second period. Again, Benji Santiago kasama ko si Dino Lee. 2 games tie for tonight. We're playing the first one and we're already in the second period. Another try from the outside. They go inside. And let's see, baka makaipon din sila ng puntos inside the paint. Kurt Ong, that's the second basket here in this first half.
Ang tanong ko kanina, will Decimal Bikes be able to bounce back from a 0-3 start in this tournament? But so far, not too good. As Rocks Motors has dominated the first quarter of this game.
Instant offense.
Everything
right
falling for Rocks Motors. They already have 22 points in the paint in this game. Sobrang taas nun. So,
yung siyam.
Oo.
Meron naman silang 3-pointers din for one thing. Ito, sumubok sila uli ng tres.
Another offensive rebound.
Si Lance D, hindi nga lang makakonect dun sa ilalim.
Sorry, that's 24 points in the paint in the first quarter.
Oh my God.
Together with 11 offensive rebounds and 8 second chance points. So if you give up those kinds of stats to a team like Rocks Motors, don't expect you're gonna win a game.
Well, we're just going to wait. Hanggang sa ngumiti si Coach Rigo.
Oo.
Uy, yun ang mga sayang na pagkakataon. Hawak na, nawala pa. Kay Kurt Ong. Sa kanila pa rin, 9-second shot clock. So they're still getting the breaks. Somehow,
That's
ito. Yeah,
finally.
Yep, Kevin Lau.
First 2 points?
Yes, first two points.
Well, they need him more than just 2 points for this game.
I know.
Which was his output in their last game. Only 2 points for Kevin Lau.
Isa pa lang nga yung rebound niya eh. They need him to come up with
Ayun,
more
yung
for
mga
more
ganun, no?
possessions. Yun nga, parang inuhulog. Siya na lang nahuhulog pa.
28 points in the paint for Rox Motors. I can't emphasize that more than enough.
Kevin Lau, nice fake. The kick. And let's see if they could connect. Too long, too strong right there for Lanstan. May agaw naman.
They need more of those kinds of stops.
Uy,
Kaso
may
turning
counter.
the ball over won't help. Yan ang masakit.
Ball number 8, Lanstan is first personal. Substitution.
That's their 7th turnover para dito sa Decimal Bikes. And for a team that doesn't score a lot of points, because in this tournament so far, they're dead last when it comes to points per game at 64. And the points they give up against the teams that they compete, dead last, 89 points per game ang ini-score ng mga kalaban nila. So you can't afford to turn the ball over. You can't afford to give second chances to your opponents. And so far, Rox is getting all of those.
Kevin Lau gets double team. Nice cut to the basket by Gistan. Backdoor play that time para sa Decimal Bikes. Still up 14 itong panig ng Rox Motors.
They can't give anything easy. That's better defense, I would say.
Anstey with a runner. Too long, gets his own miss. Laban pa yun kay Kevin Lau.
Grabe. 30 na. Namumugad na tong Rox Motors.
Well, they have the size advantage for one thing.
Oh. But if you're Decimal Bikes, you can't, you have to box out. You have to challenge those shots. Ayan,
Oh, nice pass. Uy, hindi pumasok.
Kaso offensive rebound na naman.
Sean Aguilar lets it fly. Dodging a bullet that time on Decimal Bikes. Here they go. And Lanstan has got 6 points in the ball game. 36-22 is our count here. Rox Motors still, of course, yung mga higher percentage baskets like that Brennan elastomeric points in the paint. Yan ang kanilang ginagawa rito in the first half. Choose it up. Time out.
Basta't kasama kita, saan man mapunta, my bounty friend. My bounty friend.
May bago? Uy, akin yan!
Wow!
Tamis alat!
Lutong lambot, mas nagpapasarap!
Last pita!
Wow, sa tamis alat sarap. Mas pinasarap pa, pita.
Time down to 6 minutes and 7 seconds here in the first half. Rox Motors, Decimal Bikes going toe-to-toe, but somehow, when it comes to exchanging baskets, yun nga lang, malaki-laki in disparity in that area. Sean Aguilar had to hustle just to retrieve that ball before it went out. Oh! And Matthew Ong. Lumalaki yung butas ng ring para sa Rox Motors.
Libreng-libre. They've had a lot of good looks And
I
itong
know.
Rox Motors, hindi naman sila nagpipilit ng tira. So, ang questionable talaga dyan is yung depensa ng Decimal Bikes. Not just in transition, but on the half court.
Sean Aguilar, actually, yun nga eh. A no-no in basketball. Lulundag ka, hindi mo alam kung ano gagawin mo susunod eh.
Trying to do too much there on the part of Sean Aguilar.
Trying to defy gravity? No, can't be done. 38-22, Rocks Motors. Kevin Lau. This is his second miss from mid-range. 5 minutes. Fancy bringing the ball.
Ayun, isang pasa ilalim agad. That can't happen. You need to raise your hands and takbo.
Polto could not control the basketball. Hawak niya na nawala pa.
Another opportunity for Rocks Motors. Yan yung mga kailangan mo eh.
Oo ka eh.
To keep in pace with a team like Rocks Motors.
The three, that's a miss, but they managed to get an offensive rebound. Extra possession here para sa Rocks Motors.
You can't gamble for steals.
Pero marami silang steals eh. It's the thing that's actually...
Dalawa pa lang.
Yeah, pero, oo nga, no?
Medyo alanganin yung steal eh. Parang sinalba mo yung offensive player, diretso agad sa ilalim.
This is a nice move right there. Pero yun nga lang.
Not in my house!
Meron na palang ganun si Sean Aguilar. Yun, nahulog na rin. Kevin Lau.
Bawal lang mag-wiggle ng finger. Malamang taunting.
Kaya nga, di ba? Tsaka yung mga bumabaril-baril.
Ganda ng anticipation doon ni Sean Aguilar.
Let's see, Kurt Ong throws a long pass. Di nga lang ma-recover ni Lance Stan that time around. Mabilis din kasi nakababa ka agad yung depensa ng Rocks Motors that time.
Decimal Bikes is playing better in this quarter. Pero laki talaga na unahan sila nung first quarter. 29-14. But so far, lamang sila, +1 sila itong quarter.
Kaya
10-9.
Wow, behind the back.
Grabe naman yung galaw na yun.
And Matthew Ong continues to pour in the points. He's got 8 already in the ball game para sa Rocks Motors along with his 5 rebounds. Cholo Claver. They looking for another outside shot here. Cholo Claver hesitated. They go corner. Inabot.
Pasa. Libre. Nice pass.
Whoa. Ayaw. But still could not get the rebound on Decimal Bikes. And now they gave up a foul in the act. That'll mean free throws here para kay Matthew Ong. 3 minutes and 10 is still, of course, continuing their mastery so far here in the first half as they lead by 16 on Rocks Motors. Choose it up, timeout. The lead is 16, 3 minutes and 10 here in the first half. Matthew Ong, who was fouled earlier, is at the line. And pumasok. He's got 9 points, 9 rebounds.
yung Rox Motors, halos parehas ang production nila on the offensive end with the team like BYD kasi ganun din sila sa ilalim din ng BYD So, interesting to see if when they face each other, how they're gonna play against one another.
A little unsure on what to do with the basketball. Yung sinasabi natin, you cannot defy gravity. You're up in the air. Mahirap. Multitasking.
Napangiti na lang dun si Coach Rego.
Medyo nahihirapan na even with their outside shots this time in the second period para sa Decimal Bikes. It was something that was going for them in the first quarter.
Dapat yung bigs tinutulak Hindi mo pwedeng ipapasok ng ganyan sa loob yung mga big man ng Rox Motors.
Steven Baliada, he's got 4 in the ball game. Cholo Claver.
The Baliada brothers doing damage dito sa game. Si Sean, 5 points. Si Steven, 4. So even though LA is not playing this game, tapos lumabas din si Rextan with an injury, dami nag-step up para dito sa Rox Motors. Ganito kalalim ang lineup na ito.
And they're turning out to be the favorite niya. And binabanggit mo, Dino, no?
Oo.
Even last Sunday. Samantala, high arcing fall away, hindi pumasok for Kevin Lau. Hustle play. That has to happen here para sa panig naman ng Decimal Bikes. 100 seconds before we end the first half. Kevin Lau, where does he go to? Did by Timothy Ong. Goes cross court.
Nagman-to-man na rin itong Rox Motors. Getting a stop there. 3-on-1.
Timothy Ong sharing the ball para rin sa panig ng Rox Motors and getting involved. Jason Tan, sali ka rito, sali ka sa scoring. Points in the paint pa rin yan.
Oo, 34 na nga sa kanila You add the 2 free throws, that's 36. They've only scored 10 points from the outside. Ang maganda dito sa Rox Motors, alam nila kung saan sila malakas. And they don't wanna go to something na hindi naman nila strength, which is the outside shot. With the manpower that they have, the personnel that they have, talagang ilalim talaga hanapin nila.
Not only that, yung sharing the basketball na binabanggit ko, no? That's basically developing more chemistry para sa panig ng Rox Motors. Wala nang 1 minuto. Itong ating first half rito. Cholo nada papa. Kevin Lau almost losing it. Recovery by Cholo Claver. Yun lang. Naubos na pero hawak na ng Rox Motors. So, go lang. That's with regards to the play here. But that time around, missing Austin Kowa. Trying to get into double figures before the end of the first half. He's got a total of 8. Beltran. Gengistan with a miss from the corner. There's still enough time here. Pero wala pa namang nasa penalty. Was that a foul? O turnover?
Turnover.
Turnover.
Napagalitan nga ni ng bench ng Rox Motors itong si Steven Baliada.
9.4, enough time to still connect. Beltran. Wow, dipsy-do shot underneath. And that will end the first 20 minutes of play here. Well, we'll see some progress headed for a dominating ball game here that we can see being displayed by Rox Motors, shooting 46% and limiting Decimal Bikes to only 30% here in the first half. And the points in the paint, dun talaga, 34-18. Imagine.
Basta't kasama kita, saan man mapunta.
flavor?
Easy and with
Moisan Graham's Quality Treats.
May bago? Uy, akin yan! Wow! Tamis alat!
Lutong lambot, mas nagpapasarap!
Last pita!
Wow, sa tamis alat sarap. Mas pinasarap pa, pita.
Here at the half, 46-24 in favor of Rocks Motors. Ito nga yung bakbakan itong dalawang teams na ito. Decimal Bikes still trying to come up with a win, hoping it could happen tonight. Well, tingnan natin. Kalahati pa lang naman yun natatapos natin dito, Dino.
Kitang-kita dito, the quality of shots na Rocks Motors has been taking. That's the reason why they're shooting 46% from the field. That's one of my keys for the game for them is to take advantage of their size. And they also have 36 rebounds and 15 of those are offensive rebounds leading to 16 second chance points for them. Now for Decimal, they need a lot of work to do and it's gonna start on the defensive end for them if they're gonna come back in this game.
Yes, they need to. And in order to come up with, of course, a very inspiring win kung sakasakali. But of course, things are happening brightly para rito kay Matthew Ong, who's already double-double, 10 points and 10 rebounds na ito. Austin Kowa was really trying to go 10, pero he fell short yung kanyang last shot before we end the second period. Lance Tan, Kurt Ong, Kevin Lau, pareho lang ng kanilang output with 4 points. Lance Tan with 6. Who else can deliver para rito sa panig naman ng Decimal Bikes?
So far, itong Rocks Motors, first 3 games, iba-iba yung nagli-lead ng scoring nila. Ngayon, si Matthew Ong, last game, if I'm not mistaken, it was L.A. Chua.
Yes,
tapos
tama.
nung first game with 13, tapos nung first game, si Lance D naman yung leading scorer nila. So, ang daming gumagawa dito.
And then a turnover like that is not really going to help the cause of Decimal Bikes here.
An update as well, nakausap ko si Rex Tan nung halftime. Pulled hamstring nga.
Pulled hamstring.
Kaya siya nag-pull back nung fast break kanina is may naramdaman siya doon sa hamstring niya at nagpasab na siya.
In the meantime, ito dagdag pa. Sherwin Tan with 7 points in the ball games. Also got 4 rebounds, 3 assists. To consider tahimik na performance, silent operator here para sa Rocks Motors.
Napakadali ng basketball. And kausap ko nga si Coach Ray. Very relaxed sa bench nila. Sabi niya, he'll try to mix up certain things, certain defensive schemes para masanay din yung team niya, especially if they're gonna go up against the top teams in this division.
Isa lang ang naipasok ni Genghis Tan and he's got 5 points in the ball game. Not as exactly the way he started, also not as explosive as compared to the previous game. They come up with a steal here. Let's see if they can convert. They need
Nice
to.
fake.
Yon. Genghis Tan. On cue,
They need more of those. They need to tighten up inside the paint kasi doon na talaga lahat. Yung mga yung unang pasa pa lang natatanggap na sa ilalim. Good challenge though on the part of Kevin Lau. And they need to take advantage of easy scoring opportunities itong Decimal Bikes kasi ang laki-laki ng hahabulin nila.
BYD Valenzuela, fast break of the game natin. And what a nice finish right there para kay Genghis Khan, para sa panig ng Decimal Bikes. If only it could happen for them more frequently, then they would need them. Another jump hook for Kevin Lau.
Tahimik si Kevin Lau dito sa game na to. Only with 4 points. Tapos si Kurt Ong din, 4 points lang din. Ngayon, nag 1-2-1-1 na itong Rox Motors.
The previous basket delivered by Mark Chua. Kailangan maitawid ka agad. Naitawid naman. Nice play here. Go! Kurt Ong had to change his shot in mid-air. Kanina pa, biglang umaangat din dito si Timothy Ong sa ilalim.
Mapapaisip ka rin talaga.
Kaya nga And this is the Namco drive of the game earlier para sa panig ng Rox Motors. That was Mark Chua that time. Could not complete a 3-point play that time around. Ito naman si Leonard Ko.
And that might be a bad shot if I'm Coach Ray Go. Kasi maaga pa yun sa shot clock. Tinira na ni Austin Koa yung tres na yun.
Bad shot earlier sa panig ng Rox Motors. Bad pass naman dito sa panig ng Decimal Bikes. Chua with basketball, trying to set up a play here sa half court. And Rox Motors, they go for the 3, can't find the hole. Here comes the leak out. And
Easy
a nice
basket.
finish for Kurt Ong.
If ikaw yung Rox Motors, you don't want to settle for those 3-pointers kasi hindi talaga yun yung strengths nila eh. Wala na si Aaron Chang from last year.
Yes.
Yun yung top shooter talaga nila eh. And some of their batchmates aren't playing here na yun talaga yung laro, yung tumitira sa labas. And they go back to playing inside.
Napakailaman yung play that time around. Genghis Khan coming up with a steal.
So far, itong Decimal Bikes are getting some stops. Kung medyo mababa tong lamang, I would expect ipapasok na ulit nung ni Coach Rego yung mga top players niya.
Kevin Lau in the mid-range, back-rimmed his shot. 50-31, Brent Sunggo. One big guy who's got the handles also. Oh, Austin Koa, now he's in double figures. Kevin Lau in a bounce pass. Kurt Ong absorbs the contact, no whistle, pero okay lang as long as they can make the basket. Sige lang.
Decimal Bikes making Rox Motors pay with their 1-2-1-1 press. Kevin Lau attacking and dropping it off to Kurt Ong. So yan yung cons din of setting up a press. They're gonna get easy baskets.
So Lance Tan with his 8th point in the game. He's also got 3 rebounds and 3 assists. Hey, gumagawa yata ng magandang run itong panig ng Decimal Bikes rito, ha?
Well, this is their opportunity. Wala si Lance. Then sila Sean, di pa pinapasok. Malalim ang rotation dito ni Coach Rigo. Halos lahat ginagamit niya eh.
Wow, what a 3-pointer right there. Austin Koa. And he's got 13 in the ball game.
Leading the way for Rox Motors, and if you're Coach Rego, you like what you're seeing kasi confidence builder to sa mga players that haven't got 10 minutes in the first 2 games.
Kurt Ong medyo na-frustrate. Trying to bang bodies inside and instead natawagan pa siya ng offensive foul. 20-point lead, largest so far here in this ball game, favoring Rox Motors.
Ganda ng
Very
ikot, oh.
patient offense. Yun nga lang, hindi ma-convert. Can they get it back? Renson Go gets it back for them. Goes cross-court. Inside pass. Napakailaman. Uy. Yun na. It's one of those things that we'll notice when you don't have a legit point guard nga para sa panig ng Decimal Bikes.
Yun yung patakbo na sila na aagaw pa ulit ng Rox Motors pabalik.
Midway Design Center. Ayan po yung address, ano? For your needs. Ayan naman, nakikita natin lahat. Basically, for office needs ninyo.
Ang laki ng ngiti ni Coach Rego dito. Naka-D4 na rin, no? Pag ganyan ng body language, usually you can sense a level of comfortability with the lead that they have. Iba yung kausap ko siya nung the other day. Ngayon, komportable talaga siya with how his team is playing.
Depende rin yata sa mood niya kung sino kalaban.
Oo.
At saka ito nga, no? Offensive rebound. Jason Tan na natawagan ng loose ball foul in that rebound play. 57-35 though. 22-point advantage para sa Rox Motors. Kevin Lau puts it up.
He's getting his looks pero he's not making those shots. He's only 2 for 9 in this game.
And not only that, medyo ako rin may concern ako eh. He takes the shot. Who's going to get the rebound if he miss, diba?
Wala, sa laki rin ng sa galing mag-rebound nitong Rox Motors. Ang hirap din talaga. Tsaka mas malaki.
Cholo Claver comes back into the ball game para rito sa panig ng Decimal Bikes.
And Rox Motors does a great job in terms of preventing offensive rebounds. They've only allowed Decimal Bikes 6 offensive rebounds in this game so far. Pero sila, so pagdating sa offensive rebounds, 18 na. Leading to so many second chance points.
Just some of those stats that they're taking care of, obviously, in this ball game. Penalty na ang Rox Motors. Decimal Bikes only has 2 team fouls.
Hindi na nga pinasok si Lance D. Mythical team member from last year. He's only played 11 minutes so far.
Sabi mo nga kanina eh, si Coach Rego, he also wants the other guys to be in the same page. As dun sa mga starters niya. At saka, I was also mentioning the continuous development of the chemistry ng mga players that they have para rito sa Rox Motors.
Saka ang ganda rin nung nilalaro kasi ng mga pinasok niya from the bench. Austin Coa, Balyada Brothers, Matthew Ong.
Jason Tan hitting a three-pointer.
Well, pag nasushoot na rin ng Rox Motors yung tres nila, ang hirap na lalong mas mahirap talunin ito.
It has already ballooned to 25. Ang abante ng Rox Motors here. And no answer just yet.
Rare offensive rebound.
Yon! And one for Kevin Lau.
Basket is good by Kevin Lau.
Pampagising ng gusto para sa Decimal Bikes. Ating Brennan elastomeric points in the paint here as delivered by Kevin Lau. 6 points. Make that 7, completing a 3-point play.
Sabi din sa akin ni Lance, for him, this is a better team than what they had last year. In terms, chemistry-wise, sabi niya, mas solid itong lineup nila ngayon this year.
Tsaka yung execution nga ng mga plays like that, diba? So si Sean naman ngayon, kanina si Steven. Okay.
Everyone scoring. Meron pa bang di nakakashoot dito? Si Sean Aguilar na lang, tsaka si Bocobo. Pero lahat ng pinasok nila, nakashoot na.
Look at this Brenson go. May mga between the legs dribble pa.
Pau Gasol nga eh. Sabi ko. Nikola Jokic, Pau Gasol.
A minute and 30 here in the third period. An opportunity to make a three, falling short. Chance here. Still to cut down this big deficit that they are in right now. This hole that they are in. Cholo Claver. Long two. Air ball nga lang for Kevin Lau. Ay, may nasalvage na situation inside para kay Kurt Ong.
Oo. Rare, easy opportunity doon para sa Decimal Bikes. Kevin Lau struggling in this game.
Lang, ang bilis na sagot. Jason Tan answers right back. Kurt Ong already has 10 points in the ball game para sa Decimal Bikes. Cholo Claver. And there's a push. Penalty ang Rocks Motors. Free throws ito for Decimal Bikes.
Number 88, Jason Bell. That is 4.
Pang-apat na pala ni Jason Tan.
Substitution.
After playing 2 good games for Kevin Lau, ngayon, the last 2 games, he has been struggling. 2 points in the last game. Ngayon, 7 points on 3 out of 11 shooting. So, he needs to pick up things if...
Baka yun din yung resulta ng limited minutes niya kasi in the previous game.
Tsaka they've been losing a lot of points. Kumbaga yung point differential in the games that they've lost, in the 3 games that they've lost, they're negative 25 points per game. On average, 25 points ang talo nila. So baka may effect din yun.
Totoo naman yan. You know, it's at the back of your mind somehow. Benson go from the outside, hitting a three-pointer.
But the only thing you can do now if you're Decimal Bikes is to continue on playing, continue on competing, and rallying the troops.
Di makasagot ng panig ng Decimal Bikes. Steven Baliana, air ball. Cholo Claver throws a long pass.
Alfred Lim.
5 points for Alfred Lim. Ending the third period. And how do you like that? Somehow close here in the third. Pero of course, maagang naka-alagwa kaagad itong panig ng Rocks Motors. And there's still a lot of catching up to do here para sa panig naman ng Decimal Bikes. It was 21-17 back in the third period. And we still have a full 10 minutes ahead in this ball game. There has got to be a big, big explosion or even a big, big surge for Decimal Bikes to try to turn things around and overcome this 24-point deficit that they are under right now. Nasa fourth quarter na tayo. Benji Santiago Dino Lee and Kevin Lau missing on those mid-range shots.
The struggle continues for Kevin Lau. Just 3 out of 13 in this game.
I guess it's got to be a whole lot more aggressive.
Shot clock 9 seconds.
Hindi lang pwede si Kurt Ong yung gagawa para dito sa decimal bikes.
Everybody is, of course, trying to help out. Si Carl Beltran nga still looking for his first production here in this ball game. A long 2 and nothing there. Danny Khan. Oy! And instead, a foul is called here.
Number 1,
Timothy Ong.
First team foul.
Good line. Short nga lang. Getting it back though para rito sa decimal bikes. Kevin Lau.
Stepping.
Stepping.
Stepping out of bounds.
Leonard Go committing that turnover.
And what I like about Rox Motors, and based on my observation, kinonfirm ko rin sa conversation ko with Lance, is they practice, I think, once a week. And then, internally, they have a rule na you guys have to be here 1 hour before our game.
Aba, kita mo nga naman, syempre. It all starts with discipline as well.
To prepare, kasi warm up pa, papacheck pa ng BP. Iba kasi yung late eh.
Oo nga eh.
Pag late ka, iba yung BP na lalabas eh.
Nai-stress ka eh. 67-43 is our count here. Rox Motors still with the lead.
So parang when I got here, a little past, maybe 10 minutes past 6:30. Halos nandito na lahat yung Rox Motors. Nag-warm up na, nagbibihis na.
Oo nga, nakita natin eh.
And you can see, based on their actions, they're really on a mission to win this BYD Valenzuela Cup.
Hindi ko alam kung may jet lag pa si Kurt Ong.
Pwede. But, I mean, he's leading his team in scoring right now and doing a lot of things. Rebounds, he has 8. Assists, he has 3. Pero, kailangan, ever since the first game, makikita mo talaga, kailangan talaga nila ng tulong. Hindi pwedeng...
Those extra possessions for Rox Motors. Although unable to take advantage of the situation underneath.
Hindi na nga pinasok nga si Lance eh. Only playing 11 minutes so far in this game. And
most probably preparing for the next assignment already because everybody clicking para rito sa panig ng Rox Motors. Kevin Lau adds up to his production. And he's got 9 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists.
Nice pass.
And Matthew Ong, double-double back in the first half. And hindi pa nga naman tapos yung game. So there's still some more numbers to put up in this one, leading by... Nawala na ako sa mat ko. 24-69, 45. Lanstan, also one guy who's after a double-figure output. Kalito. Bigla nagbunas ng kamay. Patem na yun. Eka muna, madulas. Maybe basa na rin siguro yung bola. 69-47.
Mukhang medyo ano na talaga to. Like this is already in the bag for Rox Motors. I don't see Decimal Bikes with the way Rox Motors is playing this game.
Walang gusto. Uy, solid block. Recovery by Kurt Ong. Pero yung ano lang maibaba mo lang yun lamang, di ba? So Carl Beltran finally getting a basket here in this ball game. He actually started this one for Decimal Bikes. There are just those nights like those or like this. That's...
Oops. Akala ko medyo nahulog din si Kurt Ong.
Lanstan picking up a foul and Mark Chua
After this
at the line.
May tatlong laro pa ang Decimal Bikes.
I see.
They're gonna face Rox Motors on April 6, which is mahirap yun. Kasi ito nga yun.
Ano yung immediate muna? Isusunod nila?
Yun yung Rox Motors, April 6.
April
Tapos
6.
April 27, Kango Express.
Okay.
Malakas din yun.
Aha.
Then May 7, BYD.
Mas malakas yun.
Diba? So, they might, I mean, as much as I want to be positive, but realistically, they might end up winless by the end of this tournament.
Medyo matagal-tagal pa naman yung next game nila and they have time to prepare.
Oo.
Yan natin right now, it's all a matter of
Grabe yung drive na yun,
great chemistry lang talaga para rito sa Rox Motors.
For Rox Motors, I see them, getting this W. They're gonna be 3-0. And they still have 4 games. Dalawang BWLC.
Aha.
Their next game will be BWLC, then Decimal Bikes again, then BWLC, then Goodfellow Pharma. So, I think the only challenge to this team in their remaining games would be BWLC.
Yes, yun talaga. A lot of people are really going to be looking forward to witnessing that ball game. Mark Chua.
3 seconds.
Tumagal eh.
Good defense on the part of Decimal Bikes.
69-51.
Pero pag naunahan ka nung first quarter, ganun din nangyari sa Chusarap eh. Naunahan sila ng
Kaya nga,
ng Rox Motors nung first quarter. I think they scored 32, tapos 12 lang yung Chusarap nung itong game naman, 29, tapos 14.
And Kurt Ong with a fall away. May tendency ganyan yung Rox Motors eh. Talagang started quick. At kumbaga, i-frustrate mo na ng maaga yung kalaban. That's what we have seen from them when they went up against Chusarap. Here's a steal. Kevin Lau will finish.
Down to 14 points.
Kaya nga. From a high of what, 25?
Ipapasok na si Lance D na to ni Coach Ray. Tsaka si Sean Aguilar. Nakapwesto na dun para pumasok.
4 minutes. They have managed to cut down the deficit. Already a big effort here para sa panig ng...
Another stop.
Yes, ito pa Decimal Bikes. Kurt Ong. Nasundutan sa likod. Still stays with them. Pero that will pave the way for Sean Aguilar nga and Lance D na ibalik sa ball game na ito.
So far for Decimal Bikes, 2 bright spots. Kurt Ong and Lance Tan leading this team. Kurt Ong with 14 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Picking up where he left off in their first 2 games. And ito naman si Lance Tan with 10 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 steals. Another stop.
Kurt Ong.
Great pass. Di lang ma-shoot.
Sean Aguilar quickening the pace naman. As soon as he checked in, biglang iba na naman ang takbo ng laro ng Rocks Motors. Speeding it up. Couple of fresh legs back on the floor here. BYD, fast break of the game. And what a finish right there para sa Rocks Motors with Austin Kowa. 2 sarap timeout.
Reunion Graham Bar?
Easy and with Poison Graham's Quality Treats.
Come back at ng ating Lasherie fan of the game dito po sa SGS Stadium. Kita nyo nga naman, just enjoying the ball game. And guess what? We got some surprises for all of you. Well, yeah, congratulations. Lasherie fan of the game. 16 points down ng Decimal Bikes. They will execute their offense. Made some great efforts, some nice runs here in the fourth quarter. Kurt Ong against a double-teaming defense. Oh!
Napalakas doon. Ang pasa ni Kurt Ong. Good intentions.
Yes.
Pero you have to execute at the end of the day.
Lance D scoring underneath.
Only 7 points so far for Lance D. Yun yung luxury na meron si Coach Ray. Ay marami siyang pwedeng gamitin this game. And everyone's pretty much stepping up every single time.
Deep bench.
And I think dun mo makikita LA did not suit up for this game, but he's seated on the bench. Alam ko nakatira pa yun sa Bulacan
Oh my goodness, really?
So the fact that he is here, it goes to show yung tightness nitong ng Rocks Motors.
Offensive foul. This Mazumax move of the game. And taking a look at Lance D. Not the usual minutes that he could have been playing here. Play broken up over at the other side. Can't finish the fast break that time around for Austin Kowa, who's got 15 points already. Oy! Anstano's got 10 points, yun na lang. Kevin Lau, ball taken away from him. Sean Aguilar sa ilalim. He gets blocked, keeping it alive. Timothy Ong. Sean Aguilar di pa pumuntos eh.
Oo nga. Silang dalawa lang ni Bocobo ang hindi pa nakakashoot dito para sa Rocks Motors.
Pero lagi siya nandun sa play. Everything. He's got that kind of a hustle.
Well, Sean Aguilar kasi hindi talaga yan yung ano niya eh. Parang he's not known as a scorer, but he does a little bit of kumbaga lahat ng bagay na pwede mong i-ask of someone.
Yun yung ano eh, Mr. Intangible.
Oo.
It doesn't show sa stat sheet. Pero alam niya yung role niya.
Oo. And he's not a player na ano eh. He's looking at the stats.
Oo nga.
More of ano siya eh.
Well, he's just doing his role for one thing.
He does the stuff, you know, to get his team the win. Ayun, tumira na nga.
Pinuri mo na lang gusto. Kailangan naman siguro, sabi niya. Oh,
finally, getting his first 2 points.
Parang naririnig niya tayo, ano?
Oh. And you like those kinds of players is they don't look at the stat sheet. They just want their team to win and contribute whatever role they're given.
Positive result.
Agaw na naman.
Look, ito, Sean Aguilar. Oh! So he got his second basket.
Si Bocobo dapat hindi pa nakakashoot. Pero lahat ng pinasok ni Coach Rego, nag-contribute this game.
21-point lead. Kanina cut down to only 14, and Kevin Lau underneath. As for Kevin Lau, he's got 13 points, 8 rebounds. Pero this is going to be a Rocks Motors victory once again, preserving their unbeaten record. And this is like sending out a message to the competition. You have to be your best when you play against Rocks Motors. Well, we're looking forward to that ball game when they face up laban dito sa BYD.
Definitely, exciting yung magiging matchup na yun. And I was right. Yung Rocks Motors coming to this game, they're looking to impose yung dominance nila and stay undefeated dito sa BYD Valenzuela Cup. And dito naman sa panig ng Decimal Bikes is how will they be able to bounce back in their last 3 games?
79-60 is our final count. Another win para sa Rocks Motors. At syempre, eto dapat din natin tingnan dito, Dino.
Oo, our MY San Graham's Player of the Game. Medyo mahirap pumili kasi everyone contributed for Rocks Motors. But to me, iba na naman ang Player of the Game nila. Nung first, si Brenson, then L.A. Chua, then we have si Matthew Ong having 12 points and 14 rebounds, anchoring yung 52 points in the paint netong Rocks Motors, 23 offensive rebounds, and 22 second chance points. So, dun sa mga makakalaban nila, if you guys wanna beat this team, you gotta protect the paint against Rocks Motors.
Well, still to happen, Chang Spa laban sa 3MD Logistics when we come back with more of GBL 2025.
Basta't kasama kita, saan man mapunta.